crafty friends, it's Audra Monk the Crafty Yogi. Come on in. All right, so if you are new to my channel or watching on the replay, you know, I take the first minute to jibber jabber, so I give people who are watching live on YouTube or Facebook, they'll get a notification, so you should 100% go click notifications, subscribe, follow, whatever it is on your on the portal that you're using to access this video. That would be super awesome. I appreciate every time someone does that. It just makes my heart happy. Okay, I'm trying to also check if I have all the things ready for what we're going to do tonight. Hey, Joan from Washington. Oh, all right. All right, so, I want this over here. All right, let's do this. All right. Hi, crafty friends. It's Audra Monk, the Crafty Yogi, and welcome to the Crafty Corner. Today is Wednesday, April 23rd, 2025. So if you're watching this much later, I don't know how long this is. I'm going to show you an online exclusive product that is available starting in May. We don't know exactly how long they're good for, but the card design is fun. I don't know. You should just watch it anyway, even if you're watching this like 3 years from now. I think that'll be good. All right, but the date does pertain to the Stampin' Up! Offers and offers from me. So, but if you ever have questions, send me an email, audramonk@yahoo.com. Okay, hey Lisa, welcome. All right, so let's see if I can press the buttons the correct way. Okay, let's see if I can fix things. All right, let's do that. Let's put that over there. All right, I think I got this. I think I got it tonight. And I will pop in the corner here. Hello! All right, so new annual catalog starts on, hold on, I always forget if it's May 7th or May 6th. May 6th, May 6th. What's that, like in 2 weeks? Less than 2 weeks? You'll be able to see the inside. Ooh. Anyway, it's lovely. There's a lot I like in it. I do have a list, and I will be ordering on May 6th because there's some things I want to use in my travel agent business that I want to make, and I need to order some products from here. It'll be super fun. So if you need a catalog, let me know. Let's see, what else do I got to tell you? Oh, hold on. I have a sampler class coming up right here. I just dropped a starfish. I got a couple extra starfish I forgot to glue on. So anyway, I made this super cute. See, this is supposed to be here, and somewhere rolling around on my floor is a starfish in this cloud cover color. Anyhow, I designed this super fun sampler project. It is available. You can get just the PDF. If you want that, you can get that right now as soon as you pay your invoice. I will make a video for the to-go kits towards the end of May, and it's also available in person at my house in Frederick, Maryland. So if you live around here, it's totally fun. It's I don't know what day. I think it's May 22nd. I don't know. It's a Thursday night, if I remember correctly. So anyway, if you want more information about this, I made you order this bundle, Joan. I love that. It's a fun bundle. It was on my list before I even saw them do stuff with it at On Stage. All right, we got that. And then lastly, I have 3 rooms left at the group pricing. 3 rooms. I would love for some people to come join me on this cruise in November. It's the time to sign up. We're getting there. What are we? A little over 6 months out, right? What is it? So May, June, July, August, September, October, November. Okay, we're almost 6-7 months out. I would love for you to come join us. It's very affordable. It's going to be so fun. It's a nice group of ladies. It's a fun, chill ship. If you have questions or concerns, if you need a roommate, let me know, because we could try to work and find some roommates for you. You can be a new crafty friend. And if you're +1 that you're bringing, or you can go by yourself, you know, you got to pay both prices. But if you bring a +1, they don't have to craft. So maybe you bring a friend who doesn't craft, or they do other crafts. We'll let them sit in the room with us. I'll work out like if we have space. Otherwise, they can hang out when you come do projects. There's gonna be 12 Christmas themed make and takes. They are gonna be wonderful. I am very excited for when we get around to so I can see the holiday catalog. It'll be very fun. Okay, so that is all of that fun stuff. All right, let's get this straight. All right, so tonight I am going to show you, it is a online exclusive. So I think the online exclusives are available on May 1. I am not 100% sure if it's May 6th, like the catalog. Sorry, I put it over here, and I have now what do you call it? A landslide. A landslide. Okay, I gotta fix it so the pile doesn't, it's gonna fall. It's this sampler. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. So I'm gonna show you this Scenic Adventure set. You know, I love it because wait till you see what I made. I'm very excited. But I love almost any set that has trees in it. Look at this. So this is really interesting. And I played with it a little last Friday with Craft Night with my friends. And I played with it a little bit earlier today. There's still some things I probably need to learn how to use on them, but I'm not 100% sure. So, and there's some parts like I probably am never going to really use this or this. I'll show you. Well, I didn't do that one, but I can show you what this one looks like die cut out. Hi, Tina. Hi, Tanya. Welcome. Welcome. So anyway, here's the story. So I have this, they're not my family, although my family is going to Alaska on a cruise in June, but I have a group, and if you have a group, family, friends, anything it could be, church group, craft group, pickleball group, I don't know. It's super fun, and I love facilitating group travel. And if you ever want to do, if you're a demo and you ever want to do your own craft cruise, let me know. I would love to help you. So anyway, I have a group going to Alaska in July. It's family. It's the parents' 50th anniversary, and they decided they want to do something. So I've made, let's see, but I'm just so excited it worked. So I've made these ornaments. My friend Trisha, who is a Stampin' Up! Demo, her husband has a glow forge and he can cut out these things. So I designed it a little bit. He, went and made, I said, I need a ship's wheel. So I've used them like this with the pineapple because the agency is called Pineapple Escapes. But I thought, how could I make this Alaska? So I have new ones coming to me. I'm going to cut out those little letters we have that are like 1 inch long and put Alaska here. And then on the back side, wait till you see this. And it's not totally assembled yet because this is not the one it's going to go on. I'm going to keep this in my bin for regular. Look at this. I'm going to put this on the back. And isn't that cute? And I don't know if I should put 25, like 2025. I don't know. I might just do it like this. Look at that. Because this is what Alaska looks like in the summer. There's trees and the water. If you're going on a cruise, you're going to see the water. I don't know. I thought it came out really cool. And this is from this Scenic Adventure set. So, and I made a whole bunch of those. See, I'm giving one to everybody. Look at this. I've got like a whole bunch. So I thought that was super fun. And then, so there's a whole bunch of stories involved in this plan. So then after I made those on Friday, I really wanted to make a card. So I'll be ready to make a card with you, right? Yes, Joan, it looks like Washington State. It does. It looks so pretty. So I cut out more pieces, but what I wanted to do, where are those dies? I wanted to have these dies, and I don't know what anything is called. I got to start putting labels on things again, with these textures. However, to get it to cut out all the layers, so this is like 1, 2, 3, 4 layers. I don't even know, was that piece? I don't know. 4 or 5 layers. It wouldn't work. If you look close at it, it has mushed down. Like, look at the difference in those bright green shrubbery and look at this. It has mushed it all flat and made it all gunky. So it will not work to cut out that many layers with your Stampin' Emboss machine. So then I thought, well, how am I going to make this card I want to make? So this afternoon, after I got done with my other job, with the travel agent job, I die cut out a whole bunch of pieces. And I'm happy to report that I came up with a good idea, I think. So the only worry is I'm gonna play with the idea and run with it. Okay, so I made this card. So I changed the colors. We're gonna do this colors together, but I made this because shoot, where is the the Cog Railroad? I can see, so I have a bunch of pictures from our travels, like they're across the room, right? And I can see them. And I happened to look up and I was thinking about, the Purple Mountains Majesty, the song. And I have this picture, I think it's in New Hampshire. New Hampshire? I can never say that word. Anyway, and they're blue, the Misty Mountains, like in Lord of the Rings, right? I don't know. So I decided to do them in the blues. So this is, what blue is that? That is Blueberry, I think, and this is Misty Moonlight. So anyway, I thought that came out really cute. So we're gonna make something similar. We'll see what happens. And if you're wondering where this is, because I saw somebody make a card and she used, I think this is still in the online store. This is the one that is coordinated with the arches. Ooh, look at that. I don't know, I haven't used that one. Paper. So I used one of the cloud papers to do that with. So anyway, we're gonna play. We're gonna make this same layout, but we're gonna go with these colors. And I'm gonna show you my tips of how to get this general feel, even though we can't get it. It just doesn't work. It's too many layers. Okay. So I have a whole bunch of things here. And I am sorry, this is a rambling one. The name of the dies. Somebody's asking. The Scenic these are Scenic Adventure dies. Scenic Adventure bundle. I don't know what these are called. They're the nature. I'm just gonna call it the nature dies. And do they have numbers on them? I forgot if Stampin' It was doing that. No. These do not have numbers on them. But they're, this is, it's like the notes of nature, something like that. Okay. So, here's what I did. I don't know. I hope this will work. I've got ideas. I don't know if I'm going to use that one. So I took those dies, and if you lay them all down, you can cut out a bunch of layers. So I cut out those layers of the cloud. I also cut some blue ones because just in case, I probably should have done that. This is Azure Afternoon. I probably should have done that color, but I did Misty Moonlight. So we'll see. Okay. So we're going to play. I think we're going to build it on this one, and then we might use these extra layers. I don't know. All right. So this is the kind of dies that when you cut it out, it's not a full cut. And I don't know why. If somebody knows why, feel free to share in the comments. So I've just been snipping it apart. They all come like this. So I don't know, maybe it's so it could be the edge of your card. But they all are like this. So I don't know. Somebody might know the reason why. So all I've been doing is just taking it and trimming it off. Okay. All right, let's get those. And you don't want to trim it too close, and I'm going to show you why. Let's see if I can get this one off. I like these a lot. I think these trees are really pretty. This is like, actually it looks like Colorado too. It looks like all of any place that's mountainy. All right, and this one. I'm sure if you live in Europe, there are places that look like this. I don't know, maybe in Italy or something. Does Italy have mountains? I should know. I just did Italy training. I don't know. They're hosting the Winter Olympics in February, so they might have mountains. I've only been to a couple places in Italy, and it's usually summer, so I'm not paying as much attention. The Alps, if you went to Switzerland. Okay, and then there's this one, which is a bunch of little flowers. So what I do with the flower ones a lot of times, and I haven't used this one yet. What do I do? Hold on, let's see. I'm just going to cut it like this. Is a lot of times, depending on what kind of card I'm making, I cut it out in white, and then I usually color it. I don't know that I'm going to use this piece, but I'll show you really fast. Okay, so I usually cut it out in white because, you know, to me the bottom would be green and the flowers would be different colors, right? Oh, you can't even see that on there. Ooh, and oh, I need an assistant. I need someone to come and clean up and help me. We're going to make them yellow because that'll be fun. So I have a bunch of markers that haven't been put away. And you know what? I don't want to, I'm going to put it on here so you could see it. And plus, so maybe I won't make a mess on my grid paper because I got a brand new clean grid paper. You know how like for 5 minutes you want to keep it clean. So you could just use the brush tip of your Stampin' Blend, and then let's see if I can find the bright green. Yeah, let's do some apple. And then you can color. And some of my, oh, this one has, the brush tip is not that great. But this is a way, when you have a die that does this, that you can get your multicolors. You could also, like what I did in the sampler, cut out 2 sets. Cut out a yellow set, and then cut out a green set, and then snip all the heads of the flowers off, and you could pop the green on top. And that's a fun way to do it too. Okay. And then that way, look how cute that is. Look how cute that is. Okay. So I don't know if we're going to use the flowers. What else was in there? Oh my gosh, look at this. I don't know that I'll ever use it, but it was adorable. Hold on, I'm going to put it on here and lift it up because it's so little. There is a little log and a flame. Isn't that cute? Oh, it's too close. Hold on. There we go. Isn't that adorable? It's so cute. So there's a little log and a flame. And then there are, oh, I cut out 2 sets. There is a set of where you have 2 trees and 1 tree. And then the part I was saying that I probably won't really use, this little piece, see it cuts those dots and then it cuts out the moon. So it's the relief, the reverse, I don't know. All right, so that was a lot of chit chat. Let's do this. Okay, so to make it fit on here, it needs to be 2 3/8. And then what did I do? I did 2 3/4. So 2 3/8 by 2 3/4. And that will fit in those lines. So it'll fit in there nice and snug in between those lines. So like on this one, the back piece is this smoky slate piece. Or is that gray granite? I don't know. No, it's smoky slate because that's gray granite. They look really close when you're not doing them separately. So anyway, now we're going to take this. And did I mess up? No, I think I left enough that didn't get messed up. We are going to stamp just a little. My favorite for the water right now is Misty Moonlight with Night of Navy. And here's the stamp. It is slightly too short for the measurements that I want to use. So we stamp it. It's gonna mess up my grid paper. Hold on. All right, we'll just put it on this. And then we stamp it again. I think we need like 3 layers. And I just did the way you shouldn't do. You don't want to do it in exactly the same spot. Although that was really good. You guys, that was super good. Oops, I almost stamped my mountain. Hold on. Okay, so there's my water. Uh-oh, am I frozen? Whew, okay, it's back. If it froze a second, it's all good. All right, so then I build my scene on this paper. But what I want to do is, because I'm going to put it on here, right? So let me show you. I'm going to put it on here, and this might be too big. I may have to cut it down. You want to decide how much clouds you want to have. And I think that's the right amount of clouds, actually. So that fits on there fine. Okay, so we're going to build our scene. And I'm going to put both mountains on. Okay, so then you're like, well, what do I do? So you just have to glue it together. You know what? I can use Stampin' Seal. Don't put too much glue or it will squirt out of the little pieces. Okay, so that's going to go on there. Then we're going to put our trees. They go this way. And you want to use your pieces so you kind of know where you want everything to go. I am going to use glue on the trees. Okay, so I'm going to put it on there. So I'm putting a few little dots of glue on here. Ideally, I would have done this already and we would have let it sit. And I'll put a little bit down here. I don't know how far it needs to go over. Okay. So you know what? I just said that, so let's put some on this one. Give it a second. Okay. All right, so we have our water, our lake, our river, our ocean. We have our mountains. Okay, so our mountains are going to go there. Then we're going to take, it's so funny, this is very fiddly. I don't normally do a ton of fiddly things, but it's big fiddly. So that makes it easier. And then we're going to put our trees, I think like that. And it's going to come out different every time you do it. It just depends on what you do. All right, and then we have our, I don't know, shrubbery or shrubs. Our shrubs are going to go down here. That looks pretty good. Now, do we want to add our flowers? We do. We are going to put our flowers. Okay, so I'm going to put them on later. So let's give them little dots of glue. They came out really cute. Okay, can I squeeze a little dot of glue? No, my glue has decided to be ornery. I just use this glue. You just saw me use this glue. Ah, there we go. I had a little, all right, I'm going to say it. I don't like this word, but I had a little booger in there, a little glue. Okay. I could also use a glue dot, probably. I might end up having to use a glue dot. Okay. Whew, there we go. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and attach my mountain to my water. So double check where I want my water to go. Double check where I want my mountain to go. And I want my mountain to go. What part do I want on there? I want that part. So you have extra. So obviously if you made a big rectangle card, or oh, this would make a cute little piece of framed art, one where you could pop all the layers up, that could be really fun. Okay, so I kind of know where I want it to go now. Do I want glue dots? Do I want glue? I do have a lot of different layers. If you make it too thick, this will work fine. What you could do is just have another piece, you know, to make that more even, but this will work fine. Especially if I do glue. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do the glue on here. I can't remember what I did last time. And I literally did it like this afternoon. I don't know, 5 o'clock, 5:30. Okay. All right, breathe. Oops, I put that glue low, so I guess that's where my piece is going to go. All right, and then you glue it on. If for any reason you wanted it lower, you just would trim some of that, make that a little bit smaller. That looks really nice. Look at that. And see those clouds and this kind of fun paper behind it? Okay. Then you got to cut the edges off, right? Because it's, although you could do one of those cards where you could cut it. No, we're going to cut the edges off. I can't come up with something new right now. Control myself. Okay, so I'm cutting the edges off. Could you use these parts somewhere else? Maybe. You could, but I'm just going to throw them in the hopper. Throw them in the bin. Okay, and then we're going to take this whole thing and stick it on our piece of DSP or cardstock, whichever way you're going. And I'm just going to do the bottom. I'm not going to worry about the mountain. It's going to be fine. And then I'm going to get it in there, lined up as pretty as I can. Oh, look at that. That is so cool. Okay, so we have that part. Let's move on. Don't worry, we're going to put our flowers on last. They will be fine. Okay, so I do have a card base. Yeah, let's see. Oh no, I don't have a card base. You know what? I cut it up. Hold on. Let's see if I've got one in my... What color is this? I feel like this is gray granite. That'll work. We can do gray granite. And then we'll do, I'll show you what's next. Okay. So we've got our gray granite card base. Sorry, I'm messing up everything here. Okay. And then you're probably wondering, like if you saw this, you're like, well, where did you get that texture, Audra? It sort of looks like clouds up there, and that sort of looks like water down there. Can you see it? There we go. You can see it, right? And I'm going to say, guess what? There's another new set that I bought. And I'm going to use this even though, so this set, hold on, let me move mine. This set is also in the online exclusives called Sunrise Sailing, and it has one of these big 3D embossing folders. Oops, I know the ring light gets it, right? See a 3D embossing folder. And it's got that boat in there, and hey, that's super cute, but I don't need a boat. There's a stamp set, and then there's some fun dies where you can make lots of different sizes of boats, and those clouds. I almost did those clouds, but I ran out of time. So we're gonna just take this, and we're gonna glue it down onto our card front. So you could use a different embossing folder. You could use one that was all waves. You could use one that was just texture. You could also not use one at all because it's not that much of it is seen, right? But I just thought it was kind of fun. And I was like, oh, that's a cool idea. Okay, so we put that on. You can make a different card. All right, but we have this fun mountain scene, and we're just gonna pop that on top. Look at that. And then, hold on, where's my extra? See how here I made that extra frame? Where did I brought extra frames. Oh, but my extra frame is this. Oh, we'll do it anyway. Won't that be nice? I think that'll be, oh, it looks so cheerful and bright. Okay, we'll do it. Do we want a third? No, we just like it like that. I could also just put it on like this. Oops. Ooh, that's a sliver of a tree, isn't it? I could just do it like this, but I think it's kind of fun with that on there. So let's put this on first. We're going to use glue because we've got all these bumps and bits that this has to get in. So use your wet glue. Don't go crazy with it, but use your wet glue. Okay. I'm going to put that centered as best I can-ish. I'm a little worried about that tree. I think it'll get covered up with the other tree. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and add this. Ooh, I'm gonna do it that side up. Although you can't see it looks pretty, but you can't see the embossing. And you can kind of see that there's something there. So, all right, let's see if I can do a little bit of glue on this. Oh, and I know somebody commented that it is Disney Princess Week on Jeopardy. Yes, it is. Our travel agents, we have a messenger group, and somebody's like, oh my gosh, it's Disney Princess Week. If you ever want to go talk to a Disney princess, let me know. It's super weird, but I do kind of like meeting, I feel like I like meeting, do I like meeting princesses better than meeting Mickey or Minnie? I don't know. I do like them. And my husband, we will meet them and chat them up and take pictures. I don't know, it's weird. We are apparently Disney adults. If only I had buckets more of time and money. Okay, next up, you're like, what are you going to put a sentiment on there? Let's do that. So, this little piece is 1 by something. I don't know. But wait till you see how the stamp works. I am so excited about this. Okay, let me show you. So, one thing I want to tell you is, look on here, because I was like, oh, that would fit. Image is 80%. Sometimes they can't get the whole picture on there right because it's too big. And I was like, oh my gosh, the things are bigger than I expected, right? Like, look at that tree. Look at that. It's a lot bigger. So anyway, let me show you. So it happened to work out okay, but I was a little nervous. Oh, now I've lost my stamps. Hold on. Here's some more. There we are. Look at this. The let the begin is 1 stamp. 1 stamp. Watch this. This is so cool. All right. I'm just stamping it. And we're using all the grays. All right. So I'm stamping it here in the center-ish. Actually, a little bit more to this side so I can do the little flag. Let the begin. And then you can either choose adventure or journey. And I have adventure out. I also have lost it. Okay. So let's do it. I'm going to do it in the navy. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do that bright blue as year afternoon. I don't use that one as much, which surprised me when I ended up using it for sky on those. Okay. Oh, but I did do that on navy. Okay, it's fine. And then you stamp this right in between. How cute is that? I've never seen them do that before, or if it's not a regular thing. I didn't do that exactly perfect, but I think it's okay. And I should have done it over a little bit more to the side, but we'll make it work. Okay, and then I'm going to bring in my retired pick a punch and get that perfect. You could also snip it with your scissors. And then I'm going to, I think it's dry. You know what? I'm going to let it dry a little bit more. Sometimes when you put your hand on there and do this, it will mess it up. Okay, so I put that down. I need some twine. We're giving it an extra second. Let's see if we're going to put these. Oh, where am I going to put the flowers? Hold on. See, this is where you got to do, too. You got to do a lot of. Okay, so we got to trim off a little bit here because it was too long. Oh, Joan, you should go. I might be going to Disneyland, actually, in June. You went once a long time ago. Well, if you like Disney stuff, you should go. You should go. All right, we got some trees. I think I'm going to put it there, but I think, oh, I need tweezers. Did I get them out? I did. All right, let's see if my little flower, oh, it's going to look so cute. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and let that hang off. I am fine with that. Oh, I love it. And then I think this is going to need dimensionals because I've made so much. All right, we're going to take our, I don't know. I know some people don't like Disney. I like a lot of other things too. I mean, I like Alaska. Although going to Alaska on a Disney cruise would be pretty awesome. I like, this is the problem. It's like craft supplies. However, it just costs a lot more and takes time. I like all the places. Give me a city. Give me a park. Give me a mountain. Oh my gosh, this is going to be adorbs. This is going to be so cute. And I'm just going to cut this little piece off. So I feel like I'm going to send these to, so when I send them a packet, I always include a card, of course. I am going to, some people are going to get this card. I don't know that I'm going to make more of them. I'll give one to the couple that is their 50th anniversary, and then to their daughter-in-law and son, who were the first people that helped. They came to me to help book the cruise, which was cool. And they found out about me on social media. It was pretty awesome because a different client had posted that I booked her Disney trip. And she's like, hey, do you do cruises? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, oh my gosh, social media worked. All right. Let's see. Where do I want that tree? Do I want these here and this one here? I do. Okay, so this one I'm going to do glue dots. Thanks, Dawn. You saw me. You're like, pop it up on dimensionals. I did. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. So anybody who has mountains around them, you're going to want this set. Or evergreen trees. I mean, in Maryland, we have a little bit of mountains. We do. When you drive north from Frederick, actually we have some baby mountains where I teach yoga and in Frederick, and then you could go. Okay, so I'm going to put this here. Okay, it's on. And then the little guy is going to get one. Do I have little baby dimensionals anywhere? Here we go. I've got a little half dimensional already waiting. And that is going to go here. Let the adventure begin. And then you got to have some bling. And I am like 99% sure that these are retired. They might be on the closeout list. You could look for them. But I thought that they went really well with the silver one. I think they're going to go fine with this too. So I'm going to use them. I've got like 2 sheets of them. So I'm going to go generous and put a whole bunch. I thought they kind of look like pebbles. Well, rocks, not pebbles. I mean, there's probably pebbles in the river, but I meant they kind of look like rocks. Do I want a big one up here? Maybe I want them over here. Maybe I want them here? I think I want them there. I don't know. That's what I do. When I'm not sure where I want them, I just kind of like move it around and see if that looks good. But I think I like that. And there, all right, let me neaten it up. Hold on, everything is still crooked. I can't get it to be straight. Okay. Let's see if I can do it. All right, let's move this little guy out of the way, this out of the way. That way, in case you want to take a screenshot, so you could make one of these. I will take pictures of them tomorrow and post them. Isn't that pretty? Look at all that texture. Oh, that is like and it wasn't really that hard. I know it took me about 25 minutes. It's not really that hard. And the more you make them, like I was on a roll. Once I started making these, I was like, oh my goodness, I'm really good at this now. It was pretty easy to do it. But so if you would like to order the Scenic Adventure Bundle, you have to wait till May. I'm pretty sure online exclusives are May 1. You can do that. And I think you would have a great time with this set. So if you have questions, comments, requests, please let me know. Click like, click love, click subscribe. Do any of those things. There we go. Do any of those things so that you can hang out with me more. And I appreciate you watching on the replay. Thank you. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your comments on YouTube and on Facebook. I know on Facebook I'll go back and try to see what, in case people had questions and things. But, you know, let me know how I can help you with your crafting adventure. If anybody wants to join me on my crafty cruise, I would love for that. If anybody needs a catalog, please let me know. And I will see you next time, but it will not be next Wednesday night because I will be at Joan. I'm coming to Portland, Oregon for I was going to say for a craft conference. No, for a travel conference. I leave on Tuesday. So yeah, I don't know if there'll be a video next week. Maybe I'll try to make a reel. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Okay, anyway, now that you know my life story, have a great time, and I will see you next time. Stay crafty, my friends.